This fight is the longest fight I've ever been scheduled for. It'll be 12 rounds. So I have to prepare. It may go that distance, it may not, but I still have to prepare like it would. Be able to keep a high intensity and not kind of flag out halfway through. That's something we have to train for. That then means we're sparring 12 rounds as well with people on a regular basis. So I'll stay in for the 12 rounds, but I'll have 3 different opponents who will only stay in for 4 each. So they can go full pace for 4 rounds, swap out another one, and I have to kind of learn to manage that while I'm in the ring and figure that out. So that teaches me how to kind of manage the rounds, manage myself, manage my own kind of stamina. The only major difference with this camp is that we're planning for it to go 12 rounds, whereas before I've done 6, done 8, but you always have to obviously plan for what the maximum would be if that was the case. Yeah, I'm buzzing, to be honest. I'm really excited because this will be the biggest test of my career. It's a very good, lively opponent, someone who's got a lot of experience, more experience than myself. He's been around for a while. He's been around for longer than me, even though he's younger than me. He was in the GB squad as an amateur, so he's well schooled. He's been boxing for a large portion of his life, whereas I got into it very late. I didn't even start boxing until I was 20, so I've only been in it for coming up to 7-8 years now. So he's got that kind of experience on me, so that makes it a challenge. Definitely is having to combat that, but it's something I kind of live for. I live for these are the moments I really get up for and really get like, I lay there and I think, yeah, this is going to be those kind of big spectacle, exciting moments. They're what you want to be a part of. And don't get me wrong, it's all fun and games in whatever fights you go through, and if you get your opponent out in a round or 2 and you get your hand raised, and there's a level obviously of satisfaction in that, that's great, but also there's a different grade of satisfaction where you've grafted really hard through a long camp and you may have to go through the wars a bit in your fight and pull yourself through and just kind of grind it out, but the success on the other side of that is more than worth it. So I work with a team that's based in Sheffield. They remotely program all my S&C sessions. So like I say, it's targeted for boxing. So they're called Boxing Science. So the basis of what they do and what they work through is making sure that I'm getting the most out of my training, but it's not putting me in any kind of dangerous positions where I'm likely to get injured. There's a few heavy compound lifts in there, like deadlifts, like a bench press, but at the same time making it all relevant and related to boxing. So those power movements, whatever I'm doing, the weights I'm lifting, can transfer through to boxing relatively well. Yeah, definitely. It's because I know myself. I know that I rise to the occasion. So I know if I put myself in a more kind of stressful situation with a harder opponent, it brings the best out of me. Whereas if I'm in there with someone who's not as skilled, not as good, whatever, I'm self-aware enough to know that my level does drop a bit. I kind of match them, but especially when I'm in a kind of nervy situation, someone where I know there's genuine risk and it could genuinely go south for me, it really kind of amps me up and gets me super focused on the task at hand.